Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to make a guide on the aggressive approach for the Diamond Casino Heist. I made a guide for the Bugsters approach with the Big Con, and I did one with the Group A Armored Truck drivers, and I'll probably also do one for the silent and sneaky, but on this video we're going to be focusing on the aggressive approach. And this video, it's just me and my friend, so it's us two people, and we're doing it on hard. This is going to be a guide on how to get through it on hard. And also the target on this video is paintings. Paintings are the easiest to steal with two people. If you have cash or gold, I would personally recommend getting, at least 3 people for that, but you can always still complete it with 2 people. You just might not necessarily get everything in the vault. But anyways, this is how me and my friend completed it with just us 2 people, and how we got shot as little as possible. We lost as little as possible. We got a pretty good take. So the entrance I have is the sewers. The exit I have is the northeastern roof terrace. And some people might be thinking you're crazy. You're going to go out for the roof terrace. I'm going to explain how that works a little bit later. I also have the high-risk buyer, so the long-distance buyer, you get the most money. I also bought the gunman decoy. You don't need to get the gunman decoy, but I just thought it would be useful to distract the cops a little bit. I also have all prep missions completed for this, so I have all optional preps. I have the duck and shipments, I have the security intel, I know where the guards are, I also have the extra reinforced armor here. Now, you might want to keep in mind, the reinforced armor does give you a little bit more health, but it also makes you a little bit slower. So you might want to keep that in mind. I personally like the extra health, but if you want to be faster, I wouldn't go for the reinforced armor. Now, when we're doing this heist, I also have the cheapest driver, because I'm not going to be using the getaway vehicle. I'm going to be using a civilian car. As for the gunman, I have Packy. He takes an 8% cut. He's also expert. He gives me a machine gun in this level. Get some kind of gun that you can kill enemies pretty quickly with, so you want to have a good gunman on this level. As for the hacker, get some type of good hacker. Either Avi or Paige. Either of them will work. Okay, so you're going to want to go to the sewers. And in order to access the sewers, you need the boring machine. You need the boring machine prep. The sewers are the best entrance on the aggressive approach, and the reason that they're the best entrance is because you will be right down at the vault. That is pretty much where you will be. You'll be on the same floor as the vault. You will have to shoot your way through a bunch of guys here, but that's why it's important to do dug and shipments, so that these guys are not that armed. They're not wearing armor. I'm just using my machine gun. And once you get in this room right here, just stay in this room, occasionally pop out. You got a pretty good cover in this room. Use this room, peek out around the corners, clear out the whole room, kill all the enemies. Now, when you first go in this room, there's going to be a good amount of enemies, but once you clear most of them out, you'll occasionally have like 1 or 2 enemies spawning in the back rooms, and they'll run down. Once you feel that it's clear enough, run towards the vault, because these enemies, they'll just keep spawning. Once you're in the vault, you blow it open, and this is the part where, you make a plan with your friend. You tell your friend, I'm going for this side of the room, you go for this side. I told my friend, I'm going for the left side of the room, you go for the right side, and we also tell each other, I'll go for this letter, you go for this letter. We split up, we get pretty much all the paintings. Now, if you're doing the big con, or you're doing the silent and sneaky approach, when the timer gets down to 20 seconds, I would leave the vault, because you don't want to trigger the alarm. But on the aggressive approach, you're going to trigger the alarm either way, so you can stay in here a little bit longer. Now, me personally, I leave the vault when the timer is at 0. When it's on the aggressive approach, I leave the vault when it's at 0, because you can still stay in here for a few more seconds and collect a few more deposit boxes. So I'm still drilling deposit boxes, as you guys can see right here. And the second that the timer gets down to 0, that's when I decide to leave, because we're going to get detected either way. The alarm's going to go off. Remember, on a sneaky and big con, you don't want to be in here past 20 seconds. So we got all the contents out of the vault. Now, once we are leaving the vault, there's going to be a bunch of enemies in the lobby. And just take cover behind the walls here. Just shoot as many of these enemies here as you can. Pop out as little as you can. Try to pick them off when they're in the hallways here, because a lot of times the enemies will run down the hallway. When they run down the hallway, they're pretty vulnerable. Try to get them before they get into cover. And then move up. Take cover behind, this side right here on the left. Another person could probably take cover on the right side. Clear out this room as much as you can. Once you clear out the room as much as you can, go towards the elevator. Now, when you're at the elevator, just basically go up. The reason that you want to be in the elevator and not the staircase, because the elevator will actually take you to the today's cash room. You'll be right next to it. This is a room where you can get a little bit more money. It's between like $20,000 to $90,000 to $100,000 in there. It's random. So you clear out all of these enemies here. Try to stay like in as much cover as you can. The enemies are going to run around corners. Clear them out. Once you clear out a decent amount of enemies, have your friend just run in the room, hold the button for you. You go in the room, you get the extra cash. We got the money from the extra cash room, the today's cash room. Okay, now once we're done with that, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be fighting our way to the next elevator. Now this elevator is gonna take us all the way up to the hotel floor. We're gonna fight towards it. We get in the elevator. Now once we're in the elevator and the elevator door opens up, there's probably going to be a guy up here on your screen. Just get ready to aim at him, shoot him the second the elevator door opens up. Now on this floor, you're not really gonna have to deal with much hostiles. Just get out of the elevator, kill that one guy, run down the floor, run towards this door right here. It'll take you to the exit on the roof terrace. Now, once you're on the roof terrace up here, the reason that I chose the roof for the aggressive approach is because if you try to exit through the main door, it's going to be an absolute nightmare because there's going to be so many cops. If you try to exit even through the side doors, the staff door, and you try to run across the track, just like, in my other guides, you're going to get shot by these enemies. That's why it's good to be on the roof, because when you're on the roof, you can actually clear out these enemies right down here. They can't really shoot you from down there. And if they can shoot you, they can barely shoot you. So I'm just going to clear these enemies down right here. Those two enemies down there, they're annoying, because when you try to climb over the wall, those enemies will shoot you. And they'll do a decent amount of damage to you. You'll lose the money from your bag. So I'm going to clear out those enemies. I'm also going to clear out a few more enemies on the left side here. Once I clear out those enemies, I'm going to jump off the roof at this area right here where I'm at. Kind of like in the middle of the roof. That's where I'm going to jump off at. Don't jump off at the edge on the right side, because I know some people would go to the right side. I tried to go to the right side, and I thought it would be easier to jump off there. You can see right here exactly what happened. When I jumped off the right side, I got shot a ton here, and I lost a lot of money. So you want to kill those guys in the ground level, jump off in the middle right here, parachute right onto the track, and just run right across the track. Once we clear out those enemies, we don't really get shot. Now, once you get near this side of the track, there will be a few cop cars spawning. Kill them, and you can use one of the cop cars to get down here. And once you get down here, jump over this wall. You can do one of two things. You can take a cop car and you can go all the way around the track and try to exit there. But if you do that, you're going to go near the front door of the casino, and there's going to be a ton of cops and they're going to shoot you. So at this point, I pretty much just, recommend just running right across the street. Try to steal a civilian car. And here's another really important tip, guys. In my playthrough of this, and usually when I do the aggressive approach, the most amount of money I lose is from the helicopter. When I get outside and the helicopters spawn, I lose the most amount of money getting shot by them. And if you can't find a civilian car right away and a helicopter is shooting at you, to get rid of it really quickly, if you can't shoot at the pilot, what I personally recommend doing is just shoot at the back tail rotor. Shoot at it. Because if you shoot at it enough, the rotor will actually break, and the helicopter will start spinning out of control, and it will actually crash at this point. So the helicopter will still be counted on the radar for a little bit. It'll be going down. A new one shouldn't spawn yet until that helicopter fully blows up, and then you have a moment. You have a window right here to try to get a car really quickly and get out of here. So whenever you see these helicopters, you don't have an RPG, and you can't shoot the pilot right away. The pilot's like at the other side. The helicopter's turned at an angle. Shoot the rotor as much as you can. Use an automatic weapon like I'm using the machine gun. It'll cause the helicopter to spin out. After that, try to get the car as fast as you can and get out of there. Get in the civilian car with your friend. Once you're in the civilian car, just drive right down here to the sewers. Once you're in the sewers, that's pretty much it. You're good at this point. Drive out the other end of the sewers. You lost the cops, and just take the long way around. I personally recommend taking the highway from Chumash all the way up to Paleto Bay. Do not drive near the casino. You drive near the casino, you're going to get spotted again, and you're going to get more cops. And that's pretty much it for this aggressive guide. Try to stay in cover. Don't allow yourself to be shot. Use the rooftop there. Use the rooftop. Clear out those guys in the ground. Parachute off. You want to parachute immediately. So the second you jump, hit the parachute button. Right away after you jump. Hold L1 and R1 on the PS4. These two buttons, they will let you glide with the parachute a little bit longer, so you'll be able to get a little bit more distance, because if you're wearing the reinforced armor, you're going to be running a little bit slow, so the parachute will help you get a good distance. But that is pretty much it for this guide, and I personally think that, jumping off the roof here would be pretty useful, especially for the aggressive approach. On the other stealth approaches, I think it would be better just to exit through the staff lobby and just jump across the track. But that's pretty much it for this guide. I hope that you guys found it helpful, and if you guys did enjoy it, drop a like. And if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.